He is running as fast as he possibly can away from the police, and he is shot.
Brian Kaufman represents Chatman's family and has been fighting for the release of the video.
Approximately 3 to 4 seconds elapses and the first bullet is fired. And he is dead within 8 seconds of getting out of his car and running.
They saw the commotion or they heard the gunshot.
Lorenzo Davis analyzed the video second by second and says this case cost him his job.
We felt like it was unjustified shooting.
Davis led the review for the city agency that investigates all officer-involved shootings called the Independent Police Review Authority, or IPRA. A former police officer himself, he describes what's on the video.
They pulled up alongside of that car.
Chatman was running away from the stolen car he was driving when a police officer opened fire.
Chatman was running along here, and when he got to roughly this location, I would say, there was a gunshot.
Chatman was carrying a black iPhone box in his hand. The shooting officer would later say he thought it was a gun.
He did not shout a warning. He did not use his radio to give direction of flight. He simply pointed his gun until he had a clear shot.
Lorenzo Davis says that when he deemed the shooting unjustified, his boss at IPRA asked him to change it to justified. When he refused, he says he was fired. IPRA assigned another investigator and called part of Davis's report glaringly biased, saying there was a significant discrepancy between Davis's findings and what the facts of the case actually show. The officer who shot Chatman was exonerated.
They don't want to say that the shooting was wrong.
Why is that?
Because then it makes it look like some police officers are killers. And they don't, right. And they don't want it to look that way.
In fact, not only was the officer cleared, 2 of Chatman's accomplices were actually charged with first-degree murder, even though they were at least 10 blocks away when he was shot. Prosecutors said the 2 were involved in the carjacking, which led to Chatman's death. They pled guilty to lesser crimes. Chicago police officers have shot 409 people since 2007, a third of them fatally, according to a CNN analysis of IPRA's data. That's 1 person shot about every week for the past 8 years. An analysis of the 260 closed cases shows in only 6 cases, or 2%, officers were found to be not justified in the use of deadly force.
We keep on hearing from activists in the community, from members of the community, there's a cover-up culture to protect police officers, to protect politicians. What's your reaction to that? Do you think that culture of cover-up exists?
Yes, I do. That protects the reputation of the police department, that protects the reputation of police officers.